Please welcome to the show, Mary Simon. Great to meet you. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Very well. Come on in.
I'm breaking a myth here.
You're breaking a myth. What's that myth?
We used to be called savages.
Right.
In the Royal Proclamation. And then we were called Eskimos.
Right.
And then we started using our own name for ourselves, which is Inuit.
Inuit. And Inuk is the singular, right?
It's singular. And everybody thinks that we kiss with our noses, but we don't.
So the cheek to cheek. I like that.
No, you sniff. Like that.
That's it?
That's it.
What are you sniffing for?
Your loved one.
Okay. Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
You just wouldn't recognize them? Is that the deal?
No. It's just our way, our culture.
I'm just kidding. Thanks for coming.
I always watch you sitting like this.
Right.
I love your show.
Thank you so much.
But you know what? We sit like this.
On the floor?
Yes.
Yeah, but the problem is we're not lit for the floor. One of the interesting things about the situation for the Inuit is that you are on strategically important land, and that a lot of people talk about Arctic sovereignty, and a lot of people talk about possible drilling, and a lot of people talk about what's happening up there. And there's a lot of space, and that's where you live.
That's right.
And so it puts you in a very different situation than maybe other people in First Nations communities across the country, because there is going to have to be some relationship between you and the government, and I suppose the military and the rest of the Arctic communities, aren't there?
That's right. And, you know, we're confronted with issues like sovereignty, because the Arctic is now being discussed in many ways. One is resource-rich development that is going to be coming in the future. Once the ice melts, countries are talking about how they're going to develop all the resources, and we want to be partners in that, but not just in terms of the resource and the money, but also we want to make sure that we're safeguarding our life and the communities and the environment, and that the developers are using the highest standards and high quality equipment that people use around the world. You know, we want the best of the best if there's going to be any development in the north, and part of that is to work along with the developers so that we can provide jobs for our people. 70% jobless rate is not an uncommon thing in the north, and some of it is related to the fact that we're not educating. Our kids aren't getting through school. Like, they often drop out in grade 9 or 8, 9 or 10 or even younger.
Why is that? Why is the graduation level so high, so low?
I think it has a number of reasons. One of the things is that, you know, governments have always provided education to us. And a lot of the education came from the south. And then the children were sent to residential schools. Some of them never returned home. So education wasn't always seen as a good thing amongst our people, the academic side of education, because we taught our own children in our own culture the way we teach our young, which is based on an oral history. And we depend very much on the elders because of that. So the system that is there now has never been embraced by the people, by the parents. And we are in the process of working, at least I am at the national level, with a national committee to revitalize the education system so that people take ownership of the system that is there for them to educate their children. Because if we can't educate our young, all that development that's going to go on around us is going to bypass us.